Okay, I had almost finished my video. So I'm gonna finish it on this little piece and then post them separately. So this is kind of round two of the first video. Really, all I was talking about was just how people aren't very disciplined. And I was kind of getting on a roll there, and now I've kind of lost my steam a little bit. But to me, I think it's just, I guess all I was talking about was just how people bail so easily, and how, I was talking about my word, and how I feel so obligated and so true and powerful to what I say. Like whenever I say something, I mean it. You know, and sometimes I'm just joking and kidding around. But when I say I'm going to do something, I know in my head that I've made the decision that I have to follow through with that thing. And a lot of times I think that's true for me, almost all the time. But that I've learned, though, that's not always the healthiest thing. You know, I think sometimes I need to listen to myself more and kind of reevaluate what I'm feeling, what I'm needing, what's actually happening, and kind of reanalyze and then make another decision. Because it's not my first decision isn't always the best one. You know, just because I say I'm going to do something doesn't mean that is always and forever the best choice. Now I have to follow through with that. You know, I was listening to a Yo Elliott podcast, Elliott Hulse. It was his name, Elliott Hulse, and he was just talking about how that was one of his failures he learned in life, was that he doesn't have to follow through and finish everything he starts. That he can be a spark. He can be kind of like an igniter, and then so his analogy was he can be a spark that will that'll light the leaf on fire or whatever, and then it'll set the whole forest ablaze, and the spark dies out and does its job, and that's it. So he doesn't have to become the forest fire and then burn everything down. Not in a bad way, or well, whatever. But his point, though, was that he doesn't necessarily have to finish everything he starts, which I think that's something that I have a hard time with. You know, I just feel so deeply obligated to mean what I say and do what I say I'm going to do. I have a hard time bailing on things, and I have a hard time quitting on things when I told myself and others that I'm going to do that thing. But I think that it's worth considering and worth reevaluating, though, because, again, just because I made a decision one time does not mean that goes forever and always, you know? So, and I guess that's really all I wanted to say for that piece of it. Yeah. So, anyway, this guy Brian Mazza, he's a pretty interesting. I feel like me and him think the exact same way. Anyway, I'm gonna look into him more. I got a few other things I'm gonna do, so I'm gonna leave now. See you tomorrow. Roger out.